What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy LMD with LMD Trading, and we are back at it again to get another daily trade review out of the way. Reviewing trades for December 13th. Today, CPI data came out this morning. So my plan this morning was to take trades at a very reduced risk. Being a fairly new trader, didn't really know what to expect, so didn't really know how to trade this information that we were going to be provided this morning. So that was the game plan. Somewhat stuck to it. And I was actually trading in my vehicle this morning. I was mobile trading. I did post a video showing that. So hopefully you've gone on my channel and checked that out. But today, small size, we made $46 today. That was on basically a $10 risk per trade. And so if you look at that and you scale that and you say that we were risking $50 today, it's basically should have been like a $250 day if we were scaled in at full size, but we weren't. So we won't even go there. But let us, I was going to go straight into Think or Swim, but I guess we will go over to, we'll go straight to Think or Swim. Booyah. Let's do it. Let's get this one out the way. I was going to go over to TRADERVUE, let you see the trades that I took. Looking at TRADERVUE, looked like I took two red trades. One of them I stopped out for $11.40. Other one I stopped out for $10.10. Several flat trades. That was something that came up in discussion at the later part of the morning with myself, Evan, and Jonathan talking over in the Discord about not letting trades work. Either let a trade stop out or let that trade work. I know personal experience. If I let trades work, I make more money than when I just try to get out break even so I don't get a red trade. So that's something I need to work on. But we had 1, 2, 3, basically 4 trades that were flat. Had one that went 2R, made 1975 off of it. And then the last trade of the day, which was an afternoon trade on MRNA. That one I did somewhat go in full size, just looking for a quick pop. But let's get into these charts as always. You know I like to look at the SPY. CPI data right there, 8:30, came out. The market loved it. The market pushed this thing up 14 points. Came back down, took it back up, market opened, and it could not sustain. Took it all the way back down around 1, and then it kind of just slightly chopped back up a little bit. So it did finish green on the day. Let's see. It was up 0.77%. Not much. The Qs was up 1%. Let's take a peek at it. Same thing though. Data pushed it up, rolled it right back over. But let's go ahead. Let's get to looking at these trades. We traded AFRM off the open. That first trade off the open was one of the red trades. Going long. Again, this is just me thinking that the market's going to push. I got in 1367. Basically, as it's breaking over this pivot right here, expecting the market to push this thing back up. Got in 1367, which was the high of that candle, 1373. So we didn't even get in as it broke the high of that candle. The high of that candle was 1373. We got in at 1367. and this thing just failed the rest of the morning. So took $11 loss on this first trade. Once we saw what the market was doing, that the market was not going to continue pushing higher, we set this lower high. I ended up getting in right here, 13.12, as it was rejecting the VWAP. And this one here was a good trade. Got in off that rejection. This consolidated back over to the 9 moving average. Got this nice flush down. And made 2R. Made $20. Made $19.75. It had went max unrealized $23.50 before it kind of came back up. And we see it continued to sell off. Possibly could have gotten rid of 40 shares and just held 10 shares to ride this down. I have changed my active trader layout. If I can remember after we review these trades, I will show you just so you can see what the changes that I made to it. But that second trade was a solid trade. Again, getting in as it is rejecting VWAP. Put the stop up on the top side. Small share size, only 50 shares, and just traded this down. But you can see left quite a bit on the table, even getting 2R out of the trade. The one thing about this style of trading, which is a little different than what I've been doing the past few months with professional trading strategies, is getting in where I'm getting in at. These trades have the possibility of making minimum 5R if I really just let them work the way they should work. Look at where I got out at, and look at how much this thing went down to. Actually could have stayed in this all the way down to previous high of day, expecting it to kind of bounce off of that. Coming down through here, there was really no area of resistance. If you look, it was just that clean move up, that clean move back down. So left something on the table on that one, but green trade nonetheless. Let's check out Tesla. We traded Tesla a couple of times today as well. First trade that we took on Tesla, again, small size, 10 shares. Got in at 172.76 and got stopped out 173.77. Too tight of a stop. We gave this $1 room. Where did we get in at? Let's look at that first. 172.76. 172.76. And what's the high of this candle? 174.10. So it went about 40 cents higher. That was a fairly tight. What's the high of this candle over here? 175. Possibly should have used that candle right there. Now that I'm looking at this chart, should have used this candle right here as our stop. Wouldn't have stopped out, and this thing just made money. But respected the stop. That was the important thing on this trade. Respected the stop, and possibly could have got back in. We were just kind of sitting in the Discord. And I really was just listening after 10:30. I had a job I had to go on at 10:30. So from basically 10:20 on, I was just kind of eavesdropping on Evan and Jonathan talking in the Discord. But could have got in off of this bear flag right there. And I'm loving the bear flag. I am loving the bear flag. But let's go ahead and take a look at the next trade. I came back at lunchtime, pulled my system back out, and look at what we found. Another bear flag. Got in at 159.46. Booyah, right there as it is breaking this flag right here. I had dropped this line on the chart just based on this area right here. And as it came down, kind of bounced off of it, I ended up getting out of that trade. It was up 1R. Ended up moving the stopped out for a little less than half R. We see that it still worked though, but got out of that one. Ended up getting back in the trade. Let's come down and look at the 2-minute chart, not the 5-minute. Let's look at the 2-minute chart. Blow that up just a little bit. So you see how this one played out. It came down, it pushed back up. I got in off of the retest to play it back down. Went back down, ended up getting out of this one, 159.25. As it had just about pushed back up, but we see it still pushed back down. So what it did, got in, this thing came, it flushed down, it pushed back up, stopped me out, flushed back down. And I ended up, what am I doing? I'm gonna remove that one. We're on this candle right here. 159.35 is where we stopped out at. Let me get this right. There we go. So closed down there. This thing pushed up, started coming back down, and I ended up getting out. Next candle opens, or it closes right there, comes over. I get back in right there, 159.25. And then we ride this one all the way down to right here. We get out at 158.47. And that one there, again, it went 1R, max unrealized. Got out for just about that 1R. Again, one thing Jonathan says is, if you think your thesis is right, don't move your stop loss. I love that. If your thesis is right, if you think that your thesis is right in the trade, don't move your stop until you get the target that you want. Now this one, the range that it had, my expected range was right there where I dropped that line at. So this one, that was my expectation. My expectation wasn't that it was going to go all the way down there, because I dropped this line off of this area right here, knowing that this would possibly act as a little resistance to keep it from going down. But we see it did break through it finally. That was low of the day right there at 12:30. So left a little bit on the table, not much, not much. And let's go ahead and take a look at the last stock that we traded, MRNA. 954 was the first trade that we took. Why is it not showing? There we go. So we took this one in the morning and we took it in the afternoon. This morning, MRNA, just a beast. It was a beast off of news, just spitting out green candles. So I was trying to find some place to get in. Got in at 198.33. Basically, as it kind of just consolidated its way back over here. Ended up making a couple of bucks. Again, small share size, not really risking much money. This one here, I gave it a $2 stop. $2 stop. So let's look at that. Got in at 198.33. Putting the stop $2 below that. So stop is going to be at 196.33. I'm going to just drop an arrow. That's where the stop is at, right there. Take my hands off the mouse and just look back at that and tell me what y'all see. That never did come back down and stop us out. We needed, so we gave this a $2 stop. We needed $4 for target. $4 is 202. Let's come over here. That's 202 right there. That's 202 right there. We hitting target. Had we just stayed in the trade and trusted the thesis. Trusted the thesis. Trusted what we had planned out on this trade. So it had went 1435. So it went a little, it went basically 1.5 R. We got out flat. This is something that I have found in my trades. Most of the time, the trade is going to pull back to where I got in at, and then it's going to go higher. That right there tells the tale. So I got in at 198.33. What's the low of that candle? 197. So I couldn't have took it to break even. What's the low of that one? 197. Nope. So break even still would have got me stopped out, but just let that thing work. It went $10. It went 5R. That's what I just said, that these trades have the potential of going 5R. It did it. Let's check the second one out. We got in 199.30. So basically $1 more than the other one. Again, getting in off of the retest of the 9. 5 shares, it's $2 risk. We need $4. We need 203.30. We're getting target right here. Why are we getting out for a flat trade? Another flat trade made like $1. At the worst, we're going to lose $10 if this doesn't work. We would have made $30 because it went 3R. Something that we got to work on. I'm not sure if I'm going to work on it tomorrow, though. Tomorrow is another one of those days where they're going to have some news coming out. So I'll probably be risking $10 again tomorrow. But let's look at this last one. I think this last one was a fairly good trade. I do believe, and I think I managed it fairly well. Now we playing it to the short side. So we see it's coming down. We're getting lower lows and lower highs. Again, retesting off of the 9 moving average. This would have been a good one. My laptop wasn't open. This thing flushed down. Now I'm looking at this with the laptop open. It's consolidating over. Nice top and tail. Right on the VWAP. I go ahead, take 50 shares. And boom, nice drop. Let's see where we got out of this one at 198.55. So right there, this nice drop down. Take a look at it. We got out by me hitting the flatten button. Made 33.55 on it. Didn't even catch this little bit of move right here. I just got out of the trade as this thing kind of popped down and flushed. We do see that it did kind of turn and start going back up. Finally finished a little bit lower, but I was just playing this back down to this line right here, but I wasn't expecting the big pop off of VWAP, which it is to be expected. That's something else that we talked about in the Discord. We have some good conversations over there in the Discord, so I would encourage y'all to check it out. But one of the things that was discussed was getting in stocks right around the VWAP and then making quick pops. Market makers usually giving that quick pop to kind of shake you out and then move back in another direction. So when this thing kind of popped quickly like that, I just wanted to go ahead and lock them gains in. We do see that it did kind of push back up and kind of just chopped around. So I was not mad with that trade. I was not mad with it at all. But that was our final trade. We took that one at 310 this afternoon. But let me go ahead. I'll show you my revised day trader layout. I'll go ahead and close that real quick. So what I have added, Let's see if the SPY is open. Or I know it's open. Let's see if anybody's doing anything. See if timing sales. There we go. So this is my strategy going forth. Usually I'm getting in orders over here on the ladder. So let's say I want to get in a trade right there. Shouldn't take this order, but just in case. Boom. So now my order is on the ladder. If it comes up, it triggers me in. I'm good. It sets my brackets. Once I'm in the order, I will let this thing work with my brackets in there. So let's say I was in this one 100 shares. So I'm in 100 shares. It's going to have my bracket set at 100 shares. I'm going to cancel. And we'll do it just like as if it was. Only difference is we know that this wouldn't be on there. It would just have my brackets over here. It's going to be telling me my P&L. So I'm in 400 shares. What I'll do right here on this little window is when I get ready to scale out. So let's say that this has gone in my favor. I'm green on the trade. My P&L is good. I will cancel my bracket. So cancel my bracket. And if I'm long, I'll just come here and sell 50 shares or however many. So if I'm in 100 shares and I want to get out of 80 of them, I could just boom. I'm out of those 80. I could let those 20 run. And if I want to come back and put a bracket in on just the 20, go there to OCO, I type in 20, and then I put my bracket in for how I want those last 20. So I might put my stop at break even where I got in, and then I'll just let those last 20 run. I won't lose any money on that trade at that point. The worst that I could do on those last 20 is come out flat. But now I'm giving myself the opportunity to possibly make more money. So this is my new layout. This is my new layout. If I drag that, it should have a, oh, nope. What I do want to do, I'm going to add a cancel all button right there. Bam. So let's say I'm in the order. It's working. If I want to cancel, like, so I'm in 100, I can come down here, change my quantity that I want to scale out on, cancel all, boom, hit sell. So I will sell these shares and still have my runners to work. So I'm looking forward to using that. Today, I didn't do that. I was just canceling all and doing it up here and then having to change that. But it's easier just to keep that set right there. Usually my brackets are going to be set, so they're going to be the same quantity. And then I can just come right here, and this is basically my scale out section right there. But we're going to go ahead and wrap that up. Hope y'all enjoyed this recap. I like where we headed over here. I love professional trading strategies. Don't get me wrong. I love the information that they provide, their education on teaching you the fundamentals of day trading, how to read charts, how to read candles, how to read the volume. That has helped me exponentially. But I also like this style of getting in trades off of the 9 moving average and off of VWAP retest and key price action area retest. I like that. So I'm liking where we headed over here at LMD Trading. And if you are also, please go ahead and throw your boy a like. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And as always, we can definitely continue the conversation in the comments. And we will be back at this thing again tomorrow. Peace.